guys, welcome back, and today, as you can tell, I'm going to go through my dance shoes. Now, looking at the pile, I didn't realise how much I actually had, but I thought this might be helpful if you're going into dance, or if you'd like to dance, or just if you're interested in a little bit of insight into like what we do, what we wear, the pain we can go through, etc, etc. So let's just get into it. So I'm going to start with point shoes, and don't ask me why. I've got 3 pairs of point shoes. Actually, you can ask me why, because I know why. Let's start with my oldest pair first. So these ones I think are my first pair. So these are point shoes. As you can tell, they've been worn a bit, but these are block, they're size 3. And yeah, I think these are my first ones. So if you don't know, put the foot in and you can go on your tiptoes, basically. You can go on the points of your feet, and these look, I was going to say these look more painful than they are, but they can be painful, yes. So I won't lie to you. I used this elastic at first, however, these did come off quite a lot, as you can tell. I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but you can tell they're like hanging on by literally a thread. Just ignore the state of my nails, please. Yeah, so these were a bit of a crappy elastic, however, they're very stretchy, which I like, so, but they felt really secure when on. So these are my first pair. Didn't really break in. But yeah, so I went from that. These are my second ones. So this is what you wear with them. You put your feet in there, so they have a little bit more of a sort of comfort sock kind of thing. Some people didn't wear these, some people did. I don't know how you couldn't. I think it's just because I'm so used to wearing them, it felt weird not to. So yeah, I always wore them. And I think I got a size medium, and my feet are a size 3, so yeah, the small ones are tiny. Like, I don't know who has that small feet, but so yeah, got that. They stink so badly. Also, I was told never put these inside your point shoes. It's equivalent of putting football socks inside your football boots. So don't do that, because they smell. So these ones, as you can tell, they're a little bit different. Let me put them up against these. Like, these are more shiny than these. It's because I can't find the name of it, but it's some kind of oil. If I find it, I'll put it up on the screen somewhere. But you basically coat a cotton ball in that and wipe it all on, and it sort of mats them out. So they're not as shiny, so they blend into your tights a bit more. These were my favourites, the matte ones. I used them to the end. On each of my point shoes had 2 ribbons to lace around your leg. I still use the same elastic here. I'm not too sure why, because the last ones were a nightmare. However, they felt really secure. Not a lot of people have the extra elastic, but I just liked it because I felt more secure. Because I was worried that they were going to fall off, because when you put them on, these don't come up very high around your heels, so sometimes they do feel like they slip off. And I saw people without elastics that it slipped off all the time, and I was like, I just couldn't deal with that. It's an extra hassle, and I'd rather spend an evening sewing instead of doing that. So those are my point shoes. I have 3 pairs, but I only use 1. These ones I was told to buy at the beginning of college. Never once did I use them because I stuck with my old ones. When I say my third ones, I did not use them, so I sewed them just in case I couldn't use my other ones, because my college insisted everyone get new point shoes. Never once did I use them, so if anyone wants any brand new point shoes, size 3, hit me up. I used to use sheep wool that you can put round your toes or round any areas that ache or hurt while doing point. You could also get these rubber things that you could put between your toes. There was lots of extra things that you could use while doing point. I didn't really use a lot of them. I only used the toe pads, and then at the beginning when I started I used sheep wool, but I didn't really use that very much. So yeah, those are point shoes. Right, on to the next. just normal everyday ballet shoes. So you could get lots of different ones. I always went with these cotton ones because they were literally like socks. I don't know why I've got 3. Oh, there's the 4th one. I don't. And the only thing with these is because they're cotton, they shape your foot so well, which is great until you do ballet every day for 3 years and you have to go through. To be fair, it's not too bad. I went through 2 ballet shoes a year because I waited until my toes were literally sticking out the end. In reality, I probably should have got them once a term, once every half term, but who's got the money for that? I only bought a new pair for assessments, but I would definitely recommend these cotton-like ones. You've just got, sorry, that's my toe mark from doing it. Just got the normal ballet shoe, bottom, top, and then you've just got the elastics which cross round the foot. And the elasticated, sometimes you can get ties which you elasticate here, but these are already elasticated and they fit like a glove. They are so nice to dance in because they just feel like you've got nothing on. So these are my tap shoes, American 6.5. I think that's a tap shoes are really weirdly sized. These I really love. They're a lot more thicker. They've got the wood at the bottom, whereas some you can get split soles which are just material in the middle, so they bend more, whereas these don't have a lot of bend. So the first time I did tap in these were really hard to get used to, but so much clearer sounds and they made you use your feet a lot more, so rated these a lot and would definitely recommend. A little bit more on the pricier side, but so much more worth it because they can just get through hell and back. They're so good. That's all I can really say. The only thing that has gone is the front of them, but you could just buff them up. So yeah, these were the smallest size I could get, and my feet are quite small, so for me I had to wear thicker socks so they actually fit secure. So these are Latins. My college were the only time I wore them, so a little bit of waste of time. Probably won't wear them again, but I'll keep them just in case. I'm more likely to wear character shoes. They're just a heel, very, very flexible, and you could get different straps. I just got the one that went around the heel. You could also get a crisscross one, but just a bit extra, isn't it? And to be able to get these on and off quickly. First couple of times, very hard. You have to get used to them, but or maybe it was just me. Not too sure how necessary they are to get, but I mean, we were the last year that had to buy them, which was very annoying. Because then they just went on to these ones, which again are very flexible. They've got the cut down the middle, so they hold you in at the side and the top, and then they've got the cut out middle bit. You've got the strap like the last one. You just hook it in. I recommend these. They're quite hard to break in. Well, they were for me. Yeah, they've been useful in the last year, and these are probably the ones that I would wear to auditions. Just a bit more slicker and better to dance in than the Latins or the characters. Let me double check what these are called. Okay, so on here they're saying that they're character shoes, but I remember that they weren't called character shoes. So I don't know why my brain's not working. I can't think of any of the names today. But yeah, so these I would definitely recommend. Obviously with auditions not around at the moment, couldn't tell you that I've used them a lot recently, but once auditions come about, these will be used a lot. I'll go on to character shoes next so you can kind of see the difference. So I've got a nude pair and a black pair. I can't remember the last time I wore these. These were mainly for panto when I was younger. They're very ugly. They're just like a normal shoe with the strap that goes around the ankle, well, the front of the foot. Exact same with this, but a little bit shorter on the black ones. Very ugly shoes. Probably wear these more than I would these, just due to the heel, because different people choose. You're meant to have a certain type of heel for a certain type of thing, so, but yeah, very ugly heels, and probably wouldn't wear them a lot. I'll probably get rid of these in the next year if I don't use them, because I don't need this many bloody shoes. Jazz shoes. worn these like 3 times since I got them. I've got the ones that just slip on. Again, they're just like a sock. They've got like an elasticated bit here all the way around the foot, so they're very snug, and they're like my ballet shoes. They just feel like you've got nothing on, but I'm not a fan of jazz shoes. If I can wear bare feet, I will, but at least I've got these just in case. You can also get the tie-up ones, but I don't like the lace ones. I feel like these are a little bit less noticeable when you got them on, because again, these with tights and or even leggings, ugly. Let's go through heels. Heels aren't specifically dance heels. These are just everyday heels that you can wear, but I wear them for dance. So the first ones I got into when I first started heels were these chunky ones. So they look higher because they've got this extra built-in bit here. However, because you've got that extra bit, you're only really working with this. Yeah, so I started with these, which were a good thing to start with. Secure, I felt good in them. I had a proper thick base to work on, so it wasn't really a problem. So these were good to get into heels. And then once I started to get older, I did have to move into another heel because these didn't look as good, sexy or professional. They're good in certain ways, but if I'm doing it depends on the style, I suppose. But now I would never go back to these now that I've worked in other heels. So I then tried to go into these. These are a size 3 from Pretty Little Thing, I think. Everyone pretty much has these. These are like the go-to heel that everyone has. But because I have quite small feet, they slipped on and off all over the place. I could not dance in them. I put them on and I was slipping all over the place. This was not very secure at all. So I think I needed to sew it in to make it a little bit more on, but then I don't know if I could get it on. I'd have to work on that. Didn't really look into that at the time because I did not have time to be sitting around working on how I could fit my feet into a shoe that does not fit. But yeah, I think it was the open toe and the open back that I was just sliding around everywhere. And the fact that this did not fit me up here, it just did not work. Just did not work. So maybe going the back way would be better. I'm not too sure. These didn't work for me. However, they seem to work on everyone else. So if you have smaller feet, I would not recommend these. But if you have average size or bigger feet, go for it. Then these are the ones I dance in now. So these are from Lipsy, I think. Just a thinner heel. It's got the pointed toe, and these are size 36, which I think is a 3. Best heels I've had, and I would never go back to anything else. The only thing is, because they're not made to dance in, the heels at the bottom do go. So the amount of times I have had to change this, you could probably see that it's giving a little bit at the bottom already. I think it's this side. I don't know if you can see on camera, but it's actually lifting up a little bit because I've danced on them so much. So I do have to get that little bit at the bottom changed a bit because it does go like this after a while. But would definitely recommend. Feel secure, feel good in them. Yeah, 100% recommend. I wish they had a dance shop for like heels, because then they could be made for dancers. Because no heels are made for dance, apart from dance shoes, but a lot of stilettos are made for going out or like just dancing in the club or something. But I would not be dancing in the club how I dance in class. So yeah, so that is all my dance shoes. I've obviously got trainers and that, but everyone's got trainers, so I don't think I need to go through them. Sorry if I wasn't very informative on it. I thought I'd be more helpful, but now I'm doing it, my mind just went blank on everything. I'll probably be editing and everything will come back to me, so I can just edit things in and pictures and everything that will help you out a little bit more. I suppose with dance shoes, it's just individual taste and how it feels for the person. Yeah, so for example, with the tap shoes, the J Sams were good for me, and I went from a hardboard sole to a split sole, and then I was like, no, I'm never going to the J Sams, I love my split soles, da 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 da. Then I went to the J Sams and I never will turn back, They're just so good. It all depends on the person and how they are and what you feel, size of your feet, the way they are. It just depends. No person is going to be the same in every single shoe. It's going to be different, and it depends on your comfort, and that's all. Well, for me, that's all I care about. As long as I'm comfortable in the shoe, that's all that matters. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was a little bit different. Yeah, those are all the dance shoes that I can find. If I find more, I might do a part 2. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. Again, everything that I've said, if I've called a shoe ugly or anything, that's also personal taste. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!